In example 5, we're given a dot plot and we want to create a box plot and a histogram. To do that, I think it would be nice to make a list of the data. So let's take a look at our dot plot and see if we can make a list of our data, and we'll use that list to create our box plot and our histogram. So there's 1 0, so I'll write a 0. That's what the one dot means over here. And then there's 1 3, and then there's 4 4, so I'll have to write 4 times. So each number represents one dot on the dot plot. How many fives are there? Well, there's 5 5s. So I'll write 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. There's 5 5s in our data. There's 3 6s, so I'll write 6, 6, and 6, and then cap that off with a 9. There's 1 9. So if you wanted to make a list of your data, this is what it would look like. To create a box plot, we'll do that first here, I suppose. What we need to do is find a couple different, or a few different things, actually three, that we don't know right now. We know what the lowest number is. That's 0. That's the minimum. So I can even write minimum here. And then the maximum is 9. And we need to find those other three numbers of the 5-number summary. To do that, let's try to find the median here. So I'm going to count my data here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the eighth number should be right in the middle. I'm going to count from the right side as well: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's that eighth number right there, which happens to be 5. So the median is 5. Then what you do to find Q1 is you look at just a half of the data. So that half would be right here. And we're going to find the middle of that. So it's like finding the median again. And if we look at this here, we've got 4 is right in the middle. So 4 is the first quartile, or Q1. If we do the same thing for the right half of the data, that would be the third quarter. And sometimes the median is actually Q2. We usually call it the median, but Q2 is another way of saying that. And Q3 here would be the median of the right-hand set of the data, which happens to be 6. So to do our box plot here, we'll need a scale first. So to choose a scale, I think we're probably going to want to use the same scale that we had for the dot plot, or yeah, for the dot plot there. So we're just going to make a little number line here. We're going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are getting a little wide. Try to keep them evenly spaced as best as you can. 8, and then I think the largest we're going to be needing is 9. That tick mark's a little far apart. I could have squeezed that in just a little bit more. So to do this, we're just going to go ahead and make the box first. I think that's probably the easiest. So the box goes from Q1 to Q3. So that's from 4 to 6. And then the median, of course, is 5. So actually, we can draw that in right now. So there's your median, Q1 and Q2. And then the whiskers are going to be over here, ending at 0 and ending at 9. And there you have it, a visual representation of a box plot of this data. Let's try to make a histogram now. We're going to have to think a little bit differently about the data. So I'll try to pick a different color as we work with that. The categories you can, or the bin widths rather, you can pick to be whatever you want, but it's going to be useful for us to create, anywhere from probably 4 to 6, maybe 7 bins. Something like that would be nice. So to do that, I think we could probably go by 2s. Let's see if that's going to work out here. And I'll do my vertical piece. It's going to be my frequency. And then my horizontal piece here. And this is going to be number of hours in the bottom. So you could write number of hours there. And then for a histogram, we always have frequency or relative frequency here on the left-hand side. Okay, if we go by 2s, we're going to want to start at 0 here for this one. So we're going to go start a little bit off the side there. There's 0. Maybe 2 would be here. Keep the same scale: 4, 6, 8, and then 10. And that's going to count, or that's going to capture all of our data. Now what we need to do is we need to check out the frequency. So if we think about this, boy, there's going to be a lot of numbers between 4 and 6. And if the number falls right in the middle of the two of them, you're going to include it in the next box to the right. So when we do this between 0 and 2, that's going to be right here. That's going to be just one number. So between 2 and 4 is only going to be 3. We're going to include 4 in the bin between 4 and 6. So to do that, the numbers between 4 and 6 would be 4, 4, 4, 4, and then all the 5s as well. So that's going to actually be 9 of them. And then to the right here, between 6 and 8, we have 3 numbers between 6 and 8, including 6, but not 8. 8 would go in the next bin. And then from 8 to 10, we have 1 number. So the highest that we need to go is actually 9. So if I do a scale of like maybe 3 over here, that'll probably work. So we've got 9 then, and then 1 would be like right in there, and then 2, something like that. So let's see here. To show this, we'll do it in a different color. How about blue? So there's one piece of data here that's between 0 and 2, including 0. So I'll do a bin with a height of 1. I can put a 1 on the top there. There's one number between 2 and 4, not including 4. That would be a 3 in our data set. So there's one of those, like there's one number here, and 9 numbers here, 3, and then 1. So that's going to correspond to the height of our bins here. So from 4 to 6, we have 9 pieces of data. So I'm going to have to go vertically all the way up to 9 and then over. Tall bin there, and that's 9. Put the number on the top if you'd like. And then 3 for the next one, right? There are 3 6s there. So we can draw this right here, put a 3 there. And then there's one number between 8 and 10, not including 10, which is 9. So we'll put 1 here. And you can shade them if you want, color them in a little bit. And there you've got your histogram.